Sarah says, I saw your videos about intrusive thoughts to know how to deal with the intrusive thoughts. I always believed that thoughts are me, but when I saw your videos about intrusive thoughts to know how to deal with the intrusive thoughts, I got relief after knowing that. But after I got another thought that no, it's not really you are your thoughts. So I'm confused. Oh, very simple, dear. Don't sweat it. You can go to my intrusive transient OCD HOCD negative thought playlist. And first of all, watch all of them. There are 44 videos there, but you can watch the ones that are numbered, number 1 to number 20. They will address pretty much everything you need to know in order to beat that nonsense that comes to your head. And it's very simple. And I'm going to explain to you right now in short. But you got to watch that, especially number 11, and of course all the other ones. They will tell you the secrets that you don't know about your psyche, and you will become very clear about the role of you and the thoughts. But in the meantime, you have to focus on the fact that an intrusive thought comes to you, you said, and said, no, you are your thoughts. All right? Let's examine that. How long has human being have been living as a human being or as an animal or as a preceding human being? This entity, I'm not sure, but you probably know there have been, God knows, thousands and thousands and thousands of years, like, I don't know, a few 100,000, if not million years. But only 30,000 years ago, listen to this, only 30,000 years ago, a thinking ability and speaking ability came to become, and the final part of the frontal cortex was created, that we could speak, that we could think. Until then, the stem of the brain and everything was hardwired, and you would be living on instinct, hunting, procreating, sleeping, doing whatever you were doing as an animal would do. So if there was no thought and speaking ability until just 30,000 years ago, then how come, but what was that was living? Because this ability of thinking was added to what was living. So what was living, human being, was there before thought. So obviously what was there is separate than what was added to it. So you cannot be thought, which was added as a feature, as a tool, as an apparatus to what was already in existence. So you can't be thought. Thought is an ability. Thought is a feature, like the eyesight, like saying that if I don't have eyes, then I'm not a human being. The eyesight adds to what is already here. So I see what I see, but I choose to follow, pursue, or pay attention to what the eyes saw. I, the me, there is a me that decides what I'm seeing is interesting or not, or should I turn my head around, look at something else, or should I keep looking at that? I decide. Thought, the same. Thought is added to my capabilities, but to my capability, there's a me before thought arrived. So I cannot be thought. I am the me. The me is here first. Thought shows up. And then if you watch the video number 11, explains to you where thought and consciousness come and how they're put together. And then you can see that thought arises from the accumulation of information in our memory, in our consciousness. So thought, and when you watch that movie, in that video, it shows you this sequence of thought being produced and the conscious being put together. And on that basis, you can see thought and consciousness are based on the accumulation of the information that is exposed to us, to me. There's a me, they're added to it. And if I am capturing a limited amount of information of what's available in the world in my memory, and I see the world and life through the windows of my consciousness, which is a limited amount of an information of the whole totality of available information out there, how could then, if this thought is part of that information, the consciousness, and that consciousness be part of me, then this thought, what it pops out to actually be me, while it's only an apparatus, a feature that I would be for my use. It's there functioning, and I choose which one of them is useful to me or not. Because thought is not intelligence. It's two different things. So I hope this will open your eyes a little bit for the nonsense that comes to your head, and then you can watch those videos and perhaps you can go from there.